This has been a doozy of a year. And here we are, and this is going to be the last Wednesday broadcast of 2020. And I thought it was important to end this year in a good way. So today we're going to be focusing on gratitude mindset and how we can cultivate this as we look ahead to the coming year. So, if you've struggled with the darkness that's been around us in the past 8 months, and when you wake up in the morning, you're just feeling tired or, unenthused about what you have to do, then I think that this broadcast is for you. Because we've all been there. I was there for months. And I started a practice. This is inspired by one of my coaches. And I started a practice where I leaned into gratitude more than I did normally. And this is something that I've incorporated into a couple different exercises. I've taken what I've learned and brought it into different areas of my life. And I wanted to share those exercises with you today in hopes that they will inspire you and help you find that gratitude that might feel so elusive. So if you are tuning in with me live right now, please be sure to say hello. And if you want to pop a gratitude into the comments, what are you going to be grateful for today? Share that with us. It'll be a powerful way to get this started. I see, Laura, thank you. That's so sweet. She says, I'm grateful for these Wednesday broadcasts. I'm grateful for those of you who show up here with the Wednesday broadcast. So if you're live here, please be sure to say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you're watching this later on, know that I am always jumping into the comments. So just, you can pretend that it's live right now and I'll jump back in and have this conversation with you. Hey there, Ashley. Nice to see you, my friend. Can't wait to connect with you. So let's do this, shall we? The topic of the day is how we can develop a gratitude mindset through specific exercises that I'm going to share with you today, and how this impacts our business, right? Because it's really hard to run a business when you're feeling down, right? I'm not saying that these gratitude exercises are going to fix everything like a magical band-aid. I want to encourage those who might be struggling right now, because I know there are many of you. If you are struggling, seek help. Seek out professional help. But starting with these gratitude exercises, I hope will give you a little glimmer in your life. Oh, hey there, June. June, my good friend. Oh, I miss you, and I cannot wait to be able to hug you in the future when we are safe. Julie says hello from a very snowy Pittsburgh. Yeah, the snow has started. To those of you who are going to be in the nor'easter that's coming through, it's going to be interesting. The snow just started here, and I think it's going to be a fun day. I think I'll be teaching from home. Deborah says that she's grateful to have wrapped up 5 recitals yesterday. I have 2 weeks now to regroup. Can we have a celebration for Deborah in the comments for running 5 recitals? Deborah, you're a superstar, and that is so amazing. Julie says she's grateful for her students who bring so much joy to her studio. That is so wonderful. Elizabeth is tuning in. Says she's grateful for these broadcasts. Thank you so much. Hey there, Amy. Nice to see you. And Karen, I am grateful for you as well. Thank you for joining me. All right, so for those of you who are new here, my name is Sara Campbell, and I am a business marketing and mindset coach for music studio owners and online education experts just like you. And I show up here live on every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, where we talk about those topics. We talk about the business strategies, we talk about marketing strategies, and we talk about the mindsets that we need to get in place so that you can show up as your awesome and authentic teacher self. And we have a little magic word that we use here. We call that awesometicity, right? When we can show up as that awesome and authentic selves as the owner of a music studio, then a powerful shift occurs. And so we're going to be talking about mindset today. Before we get into the goods, because I've got a lot of good things planned for you. And before we get into that, I'd like to just do a little quick housekeeping. We love to learn out loud here, and because we love to support our fellow teachers. So if you hear something in this broadcast that is helpful to you, be sure to give us a hashtag takeaway and let us know what that is. It makes it really great, for, especially for those who are coming in on the replay, because then they see all this goodness coming into the comments, and it helps them feel as though they are here live with us. Ashley says she's grateful for her studio this year and connecting with Sara. I'm so glad that we connected, Ashley. You are wonderful. And Stephanie is throwing some snow into the comments. Wonderful. Okay, so I do have the bot set up. The Savvy Sara bot is set to go. She is going to give you recap from today's broadcast, so you don't have to take notes unless that's your style. If you give me a gratitude below, she is going to be sending you all the goods, and that way you can get notified for the first broadcast of 2021, which is kind of exciting to think about. So if you put that gratitude below, then you're gonna get a little something in your messenger. Okay, let's do this. So I want to talk about why I think that finding a gratitude mindset is important, because it kind of feels like woo-woo and wishy-washy, right? But here's why I think that this is a super important thing for all business owners. When you are struggling making decisions in your business, and I'm not talking about, the craptastic year that we've dealt with. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about when you're struggling making regular decisions in your business, right? If you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling like you don't know what direction to go, one of the best ways that we can unstuck ourselves is to step back and focus on gratitude, because that allows us to find a different space and to connect with why we do what we do, right? Why we run our business, why, and I'm not talking just about like why we teach people, right? I'm talking about why we run our businesses, so that we can support ourselves, so that we can support our families, so that we can make a difference in the world, right? So nurturing that gratitude mindset is integral to being a successful business owner. And when we ignore this part, that's when like the weirdness starts settling in and we might feel uncomfortable or unsure. So nurturing this gratitude mindset is something that needs to become a daily process. And I know that I have struggled with this in the past, so that is why I am here learning out loud with you and setting intentions to get real, right? When we find those dark moments, whether it's from outside circumstances or it's from just feeling unsure of what you are doing as a business owner, finding the time to set a gratitude practice in place is a game changer. So before we get into the next, the specific exercises that I'm going to share with you, I want to remind you, this is a really special place for music teachers to learn every week. And if you have a music teacher friend who could benefit from this right now, I would be grateful to you if you let them know about this. So make sure that you sprinkle this amongst your friends. Let them know that we are here and we are setting grateful intentions for the year. And yeah, Stephanie, hashtag takeaway, setting intentions to get real. Let's do it. All right, so let's get into these exercises. I'm going to give you a little information about how this came about. A couple of things kind of inspired me to do this. I need to get comfy. All right, let me get comfy here. A couple of things inspired me to do this. One, last year for Christmas, I got a gratitude journal from one of my clients. And it is something that I really, really loved. It had all these little fun prompts and exercises in it, so that we could increase our mindfulness and gratitude. And so that kind of started me on this last year. Oh, hey there, Dr. Flora Brown. It's so nice to see you here. Hey there, friend. So with this, I had already had some, gratitude mindset training with one of my coaches, actually both of my coaches, and that journal kind of got me thinking this year. Then later on this year, one of my coaches started a really cool practice called daily compasses, or the productivity compasses. Now, I'm not going to be talking about everything that's inside of that, because that would take forever, and it's a premier part of her program. But there is something inside of that I really, really liked. I noticed that in every single one of those compasses that she gave us, gratitude was at the forefront. And so I've started thinking about this and thinking, how can I incorporate this into my life in specific ways, and to get really intentional about bringing gratitude in to all areas of my life and business. There you go. Julie says, love my gratitude journal. Yes. And that's one of the first steps that I want to encourage you to do. Get a gratitude journal, whether it's something that actually like guides you through gratitude exercises, or if it's as simple as, I have this empty binder, I have this empty journal, and I'm going to use this to set my gratitude. So let's get into the specific exercises here. Before we do that, I'm going to have you do an exercise right now. I want you to think, what are you grateful for today? Some of you have already put that into the comments, right? What are you grateful for today? And I'll share mine. I am grateful for snow. And I am grateful that I have the ability to be here comfy and warm at home as I can watch this beautiful snowfall that's starting today and probably gonna not end until tomorrow. I'm grateful for those things. And just being able to say that out loud and to set that out into the universe, already my mind feels light, right? I could, instead of being grateful for the snow, I could be like, I hate the snow and it's gonna make it hard for me to get down to my studio. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I have a piano. I have 2 pianos in my house. I have all of my music on my computer. I am grateful that it is snowing today because I get to teach from my house, and that means my kittens are going to be next to me. I mean, so there's a choice that we make in setting that gratitude out. I see, this is beautiful. Flora says, I'm grateful for having choices in my life. And Stephanie said that she's enjoying the falling snow. So your first step here, as we go on this gratitude exercise journey, right, is to write down, what are you grateful for today? Now let's get into the specific exercises, shall we? So I've broken this down into a couple of different places. We're going to start big, and then we're going to get small. All right. So a monthly gratitude exercise. This is something that I feel is extremely important. And it's something that I'm starting to get a little bit more serious about as I sit down every single month and I plan out what's happening in my business. So every month I have a practice where I sit down and I'm planning out content. I'm, visiting the calendar, and I'm making sure that I have everything, all the important events that are supposed to be on there and all that good stuff, right? Now, in this practice, instead of jumping right into the process of figuring out, what has to happen in my business, I'm starting with gratitude. And I get serious about, what am I grateful for this month, right? It could be things that have happened in the past, or it might be something that I see on my calendar and I'm grateful that it's going to happen. So I get serious about writing down, what am I grateful for every single month when I sit down to visit those business plans. I see this. Brenda says she's grateful for kittens, and Karen says ditto on that. Awesome. So when whatever practice that you have in place, and I hope you do have a practice in place, do you sit down? I'd love to know, for those who are here or watching this later, do you have a practice that you go through once a month where you are thinking through what's going to happen in your business? What does that practice look like? Does that mean sitting down at the computer and typing out some thoughts? Does that mean going through a calendar and, making sure that everything is where it needs to be? Are you journaling about what has to happen that month? How are you visioning and putting things out into the universe? So first, I want to know that. If you have some type of a monthly, meeting with your amazing business self, What does that look like in your business? And whatever that looks like, whether you have a practice or if you don't have a practice, then that's okay, right? What would it be like if you added a gratitude practice to that? So at the beginning of that month, you could start everything off by being grateful. Amy says, I'm grateful to have this time homeschooling my first grader, even when it's hard. Oh, yes, friend. I think there are many, many moms and dads who are right there with you right now. So we start with the monthly gratitude exercise. At the beginning of the month, I sit down and I add that to the top of my document, and then I get into the actual planning. So we can start building gratitude mindset every single month. Flora says that she writes down 5 things she's grateful for every day, but not on the monthly level. It's a combination of personal and business. I like that. Exactly. Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Flora. Combination of personal and business, right? You can be grateful for the things that are happening in your business, but be grateful for the things that are happening in your life, with your family, in the world. And it's a great way to nurture and establish that gratitude. Then we start to look a little bit smaller. So now with the weekly gratitude exercise, again, at the beginning of the week, I'm sitting down and I'm thinking about all of the things that are happening, and I'm getting more intentional with that exercise. So with the weekly gratitude exercise, I'm taking a look at the things that are happening in my life, whether it's a business event or if it's a personal event, because I have everything on that calendar, telling me where I need to be and what I need to be doing when I get there, because gosh, without those calendars, I would not know what's going on. So with the weekly gratitude exercise, I like to look at what's happening this week. And what can I be grateful for with my clients, with my coaching clients like you guys? What can I be grateful for with my student clients, right? What am I going to be grateful for in my studio? And, what am I going to be grateful for in the things that I'm doing at home with my husband, with my 2 new kittens? What am I going to be grateful for with my family? What am I going to be grateful for with my friends, even though they're at a distance, right? Oh, we got some good stuff before I continue. Rebecca says she uses Marvelous Me. It's a positive mantra card, and she pulls one every day before teaching, and it's so rewarding. Oh, Rebecca, that sounds so marvelous. I love it. Stephanie does this on Monday mornings. Excellent. And Ellen says, I love the idea of different levels. I do daily and yearly, but I never think weekly or monthly. That's such a great idea. You forget when you don't write things down. Yeah, keep track. Exactly. So with that weekly exercise, just getting really intentional, exactly what Amy just said, being intentional about gratitude and planning can be a great way to kick off your week. Not just to kick off your week, right? If you're building gratitude into that weekly planning, it allows you to set aside all that gunk, right? All that stuff that might be pulling you down, and just focus on the good in your life. Now let's get down to the daily gratitude exercise. I like to do this in a couple of different ways. And I actually learned this from my good friend, Tracy Selly. And one of the things that she shared is that every day before she goes to sleep, her and her husband would share 3 things that they were grateful for. And I just thought it was a beautiful practice. And I like to think about the gratitude exercise at the beginning and end of my day. So you can do this as you're laying there in bed before you get up, before you check your cell phone. And just trust me, I am 100% guilty of looking at my email as soon as I wake up. It's bad. Don't do that. What if you, instead of doing that, took a moment and laid there in your comfy, cozy bed and thought about what you're grateful for? To put 3 things that you're grateful for. And at the end of your day, doing that same practice and sharing it. If you have somebody to share it with, that's great. If you're just putting it out into the universe, say it out loud. So finding those daily gratitude exercises at the beginning and end of your day can be just a great way to start and end. Ella says, get rid of the gunk and get to the good. Oh, and Rebecca, thank you for sharing that Marvelous Me deck. That sounds so cool. Stephanie's takeaway is include your partner in the gratitude at the end of the day. And I think that's something that Brad and I need to start. I'd love to do that. All right. So I've got another thing that I think will be helpful to you, because I know that when things are crappy, and I shouldn't say that. I know my mindset coach friends would be like, no, you can't say that because then you're putting it out into the universe and then things are crappy. But I want to be real. When life is hard and you're struggling, it can feel impossible to find gratitudes, because our brain and our heart goes to all the things that feel wrong in our life, all the things that feel wrong in the world. So if you find yourself in that space and you feel like you don't have anything to be grateful for, I've got an idea for you. And this comes from Molly Mahoney, and I love it so much. If you don't have anything to be grateful for right now, here's my challenge. What do you want to be grateful for in the future? If you're struggling with figuring out what you want to be grateful for today, take a moment and think about, what do you want to be grateful? What will you be grateful for tomorrow? It's a powerful shift. She calls these grateful forwards, like forward gratitude, right? That forward gratitude. When we can build forward gratitude into our lives, it's a total game changer. And I know Flora Brown, if she's here, she knows this practice because she's in Camera Confidence, one of the groups that I coach in for Molly. And we focus really heavy on gratitude in that group and in the Glam group, because it's just such a powerful practice and it allows us to cut through the crud. So if you're struggling with coming up with something that you're grateful for today, shift that practice and ask yourself, what will you be grateful for in the future? Yeah, Flora says, stating what you're grateful for daily keeps you balanced when the world seems to be chaotic. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. I look forward to being here on Wednesdays too. And I'm so grateful for all of you who show up here in the comments. It makes it super fun. So we think about, what are we going to be grateful for tomorrow? And here's your challenge. Here's your end challenge. You guys ready? Oops, you can't see it. Let me fix that. What will you be grateful for in 2021? And I know it's hard to think of a new year starting when it feels like it's been March for 9 months. But what will you be grateful for in 2021? I've started to give this a lot of thought myself. Here are some of the things that I'm going to be grateful for. I'm going to be grateful for the fact that I'll have my business things trademarked. I will have that protection in place because it's something that has had me nervous for a while. And I'll be grateful for the fact that I got brave enough to do that process. I'm going to be grateful for cutting back in my studio because I need more time to spend with you guys and all the stuff that I'm creating for music teachers and all the ways that I'm supporting other coaches that I work for. I'm going to be grateful for that business shift that happens, even though it might be a little scary. Oh, Karen, she's going to be grateful to hug her new grandson. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Brenda's saying that she's going to be grateful that it was better than 2020. So I hope that this was useful for you today. I hope that you take these gratitude exercise out into the universe and put them into practice. And if you want reminders about how those exercises work and what to do with them, I have set things up, right? So we're going to do a quick run through. We're going to do a really fast recap for those of you who, because I know several of you have probably popped in a little bit later in the broadcast. Let's do a quick recap of all those things, and I'll tell you how to get a hold of the show notes. So even in the darkest of times or the crappiest of moments, finding time to nurture a gratitude mindset can be a game changer. And here are specific ways that you can do this with exercises that will think long-term and then short-term. So I have all of these exercises written up, And if you want to get a hold of those, you're just going to drop a gratitude below, and the Savvy Sara bot will set you up with the show notes from today. She'll also give you an option to opt in for notifications for my first broadcast of 2021. And I'm so grateful that you'll be there. All right, here are all the steps, right? So the first thing that we need to look at is to think big and to get our monthly gratitude exercise in place. When you're sitting down and you're planning stuff for your business, for your family, for your personal life, make sure that you start with gratitude for those things, because it can put you into the right frame of mind in order to get really focused on what needs to happen in your business and life for that month. Then we start getting a little bit smaller and we build gratitude exercises into our weekly planning. So at the beginning of the week, whether that's on Sunday or Monday for you, or whatever day you choose, really it doesn't matter. You sit down and you think about looking at what's going to happen that week and what you are grateful for in that. Then we think daily. What if we could add a daily gratitude exercise when you're getting up in the morning before you even open your eyes, and certainly before you reach for your cell phone? Find three things to be grateful for. Say them out loud. And at the end of the day, do it again before you go to bed. Find 3 things that you are grateful for. And if you are struggling with finding things that you are grateful for, if you are feeling dark, then I encourage you and I invite you to think about what you're going to be grateful for in the future. So if you feel like, man, this day just sucked and I have nothing to be grateful for today, hey, that's okay. Take a moment and think about what you're going to be grateful for tomorrow. What are you going to be grateful for next week? And set those intentions. And that's going to help you hopefully shift out of that icky space. Ooh, my tummy's making noise. I don't know if you guys just heard that. I see a lot of gratitudes into the comments here. That is great. Amy says, I'm going to be grateful to continuing making a difference for your students and to create systems to make my life more streamlined. Ooh, I love that. I love that. So I'm very grateful for you guys being here. If you enjoyed today's broadcast and you want to get a hold of things, make sure you put that gratitude below. If you have a teacher friend or just a friend, a business owner friend who could benefit from this gratitude practice, I invite you to let them know about this. Send this broadcast over to them, send it in a private message, post it on their page, put it somewhere where the people that you care about most and the ones that you know who are struggling, they can get that little bit of help. And I do want to mention again, if anybody here is truly struggling, please reach out for professional help. There are people in this world that want to help you. So I just want to put that out there because I know that this can be a trying time as we go into the holidays. I'm so grateful for you all being here. I look forward to coming back for the broadcast in 2021. We'll be kicking the year off on January 6th, the day before my birthday. And so I will be back here then with all kinds of good and new stuff. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate you. My name is Sara Campbell. I am a business, marketing, and mindset coach for music studio owners just like you. And you can find me here every Wednesday at 12 p.m. except for the holidays because I'm going to take a break. So we will see you guys in 2021. And in the meantime, stay savvy and stay you, because there is no teacher just like you in this world. You're unique and amazing and awesome. So lean into that, because I think you're pretty dang cool. All right, guys, we will see you in 2021. Have a beautiful holiday. Much love to you all. I am grateful for you. Bye, guys.